Dear students, very good morning. In my last class, I was completed up to electromagnetic spectrum. Today, now I would like to start from black body. Okay. What is black body? What is black body? What is black body? What is black body? Listen, my dear students. For example, any substance is there. In the substance, some particular frequency of radiation fall on it. Whatever frequency is fall on the surface of that substance, total absorbed. At the same time, total emitted. Understood? Such type of substance is black body. The body which emits and absorbs radiation of all frequencies. Perfect absorber and perfect, simply called as perfect absorber and perfect emitter of radiation. Radiation of all frequencies is called black body. So, what is the black body? Perfect absorber and perfect emitter of all frequency of radiation. All frequency of radiations. Such type of bodies are called as black body. The body with perfect absorber and perfect emitter of all frequency of radiation is called black body. That is the black body of radiation. Understood? In the universe, there is no perfect black body ray. Simple logic ray. For example, one substance kept on outside, radiations are coming from the sun. So whatever radiations are there, total radiation cannot absorb. Or otherwise, after absorbing of radiation, whatever they can absorb won't emit 100%. So, okay now? Dear students, understood? So whatever substance is absorbed, whatever radiations are absorbed, that absorbed radiation won't emit 100%. Understood? But black body, what is black body? Perfect absorber, and perfect emitter of all frequency of radiation is called black body. Any doubt? But in the universe, no perfect black body. In the universe, no perfect black body. No perfect, yes, black body. Definitely, you know. In the universe, there is no perfect black body. Dear students, any doubt, ask me, okay? The most important point, a platinum hollow sphere . Okay. This is the platinum hollow sphere. This is the platinum hollow sphere. Okay. This is the platinum hollow sphere. A platinum hollow sphere coated inside with platinum black. This is the platinum hollow sphere. 1 minute. This is the platinum hollow sphere. Platinum hollow sphere. This inside platinum black is there. This is the platinum. These walls can act as nearest black body. These walls can act as nearest black body. Dear students, understood? Platinum hollow sphere inside platinum black. Inside platinum black. Here's small hole रखे तो some frequency of radiation strike on this wall. through small hole. This can act as nearest black body. Understood, right? Platinum holosphere, coated inside with platinum black, coated inside with platinum black, coated inside with platinum black. Okay, which has a small hole in its wall, which has a small hole in its wall, can act as nearest black body, can act as nearest black body, 99.9999, okay, percent. Understood, dear students? Platinum hollows. Understood what is black body? The body which is perfect absorber and perfect emitter of all frequency of radiations is called black body. In the universe, there is no perfect black body, but platinum holosphere coated inside with platinum black, which has a small hole in its wall, can act as nearest black body. Nearest black body. Any doubt, dear students? Manoj, okay?
Yes, sir.
Good. Dear students, blue color more wavelength, red color more wavelength.
Red.
Red color more wavelength. Then intensity, less intensity. Wavelength and intensity inversely proportional, like energy. Okay, now? Listen, my dear students. This is the graph. Intensity. Along the y-axis, intensity. Along the x-axis, wavelength lambda, intensity I. Okay. Maximum wavelength, less intensity. For example, this one, wavelength is the maximum. Wavelength decreases means intensity, what happened? This is the maximum wavelength in this particular point. In this particular point, maximum wavelength. Wavelength decreases means intensity increases. Like this. This point important, dear students. This is at T1 temperature. At T2 temperature, this is at T2 temperature. Simple example I will tell. This graph, listen, students. If you take one substance, we are burning kiya to first it becomes red color. That flame is red color. Red color means more wavelength. Then burning capacity is very less, intensity less. fast, complete. We are giving more heat energy that burning very very fast. At the same time blue color आते रहे, red blue को क्या है, blue को ज्यादा intensity रहती, more capacity, more heat release करते blue को. My point understood dear students? Wavelength is more, intensity less. So maximum first क्या है, red, wavelength is the red, maximum wavelength. So while increasing of temperature, blue color. After that क्या है, after that क्या है, again slowly it becomes white color. यास आते रहे, यास आते आपको substance burning किया तो. Understood dear students? Red, blue, ash color. Ash color means ash आते, white color, white ash powder आते. If you take any substance, any wood charcoal ले लो, wood charcoal ले लो, otherwise coal ले लो. Understood or not? Or otherwise, sir, we don't know that all those things. You know, gas stove is there, no? First क्या है, red color आते, red color efficiency very less, blue color का efficiency maximum. Efficiency maximum means its intensity is the maximum, its energy is maximum. Understood or not? So maximum wavelength, less intensity. So wavelength decreases, intensity increases. After some time, slowly that becomes ash. Okay. So if you are taking this one, T1 and T2 relation, if you are taking this, T2 is more than T1. T2 is more than T1. Understood? Right. Next. Next, Planck's quantum theory of radiation. This is the very important Planck's quantum theory, dear students. Planck's quantum theory of radiation. Planck's quantum theory. Dear students, please listen carefully. Please listen carefully. Planck's quantum theory. You know very well, any charged particle takes place in the electric field or magnetic field. This is the electric field, plus and minus electric field. Any charged particle, either charged particle is there, one particle is there, any charged particle takes place in the electric field or magnetic field, produced in the form of wave or radiation. This is wave. Any charged particle takes place in the electric field or magnetic field, produced in the form of wave or radiation. Okay. This radiation is associated with energy which is called radiant energy. My point understood, dear students? You know this one. Any charged particle takes place in the electric field or magnetic field produced in the form of wave or radiation. This radiation, this is the radiation. Radiation is associated with energy. Radiation is associated with energy. Is called radiant energy. Radiant energy. Radiation is associated with energy is called radiant energy. And this radiant energy is not continuous, discontinuous in the form of small packets, which is called as quanta or photons or energy packets. My point understood? Once again, I am repeat, listen carefully, my dear students. This is the one charged particle. Charged particle means it may be proton or electron. Any charged particle takes place either electric field or magnetic field. Electric field means plus and minus. Magnetic field means north pole and south pole. Any charged particle takes place either electric field or magnetic field produced in the form of wave or radiation, which is called wave or radiation. That radiation is associated with energy is called radiant energy. This radiant energy is not continuous, discontinuous. discontinuous. Radiant energy is not continuous, discontinuous, in the form of small packets, not continuous, discontinuous, in the form of small packets, which is called small packets. These are called quanta or photons. Understood, dear students? Any doubt? We are not giving notes for board exam, right? Huh? That's why I'm writing like this. Okay, this first point, any charged particle takes place either electric field or magnetic field produced in the form of wave or radiation. Radiation is associated with energy, is called radiant energy. That radiant energy, this radiation, radiation is nothing but energy, light energy. So radiant energy, radiation is associated with energy, is called radiant energy. Radiant energy is not continuous. This energy is not continuous, discontinuous. In the form of small packets, quanta, energy packets, photons. Okay. So this energy is directly proportional to this radiant energy. This small packets energy, quanta packets energy is directly proportional to frequency of this particular radiation. Energy is directly proportional to frequency. If you remove the proportionality, you keep some constant h, E equal to h nu. Where h equal to Planck's constant. Planck's constant. H is the Planck's constant. H is the Planck's constant. E equal to h nu. If you remove the proportionality, you keep some constant h. H equal to Planck's constant. Its value is 6.625 into 10 power of minus 34 joule second, or 6.625 into 10 power of minus 27 erg second. Okay, 6.625 into 10 power of minus 34 joule second. Continuation in the liquid, dear students. 6.625 into 10 power of minus 27 erg second. Radiation is associated with energy is called radiant energy. Radiant energy is not continuous, discontinuous, in the form of small packets, which is called quanta or photons. E is directly proportional to nu, E equal to h nu. H is Planck's constant. Any doubt? Any doubt, dear students? Samruddhi, understood?
Yes, sir.
Priya, understood?
Yes, sir.
Right. You know E equal to h nu. E equal to h nu. You know very well. Nu equal to c by lambda. Nu is the frequency. Nu is the frequency. Frequency nu equal to c by lambda. If you substitute these values in this equation, E equal to h nu. E equal to h nu. Nu means c by lambda. Then E equal to hc by lambda. H value you know very well. What is the H value? Planck's constant value. 6.625 into 10 power of minus 34 joule second. Okay, SI units. C is the velocity of light, 3 into 10 power of 8 meter per second. This is the lambda. Okay, this is the joule second, this is the meter per second. units. So if you calculate this one, 6.6 roughly this one, energy equal to 19.8 into 19.8 into 10 power of minus 34, 10 power of 8, 10 power of minus 26 upon lambda. Lambda you will get in meters. Then answer you will get in joules. Understood? Next. E equal to h nu. H nu is nothing but energy packet, quanta or photon. And one more thing, this according to Planck's quantum theory, charged particle, any charged particle takes place either electric field or magnetic field produced in the form of wave or radiation. This radiation is not continuous, discontinuous in the form of small packets, which is called quanta or photons. How many quantas? N quantas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't know n quantas. So that's why E equal to N h nu. E equal to N h nu. E equal to N h nu. Then E equal to N h nu means C by lambda. Nu equal to C by lambda. Nu bar equal to 1 by lambda. So how we can write this equation? C equal to N h C into 1 by lambda. Then E equal to N h C nu bar. Because of 1 by lambda equal to nu bar. So it depends upon problem, we can use these applications. Shall I repeat?
No, sir.
Priyanka completed?
Yes, sir.
Dear students, so this is one of the most important topic now we are discussing. Photoelectric effect, photoelectric effect problems important. Photoelectric effect. Photoelectric effect. Photoelectric effect. Sir, what is photoelectric effect? Before going to the photoelectric effect, what are highly electropositive elements? What are highly electropositive elements in the long form periodic table? Alkali metals. Alkali metals. Alkali metals means lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. But francium is the radioactive element. Radioactive elements need not be considered in electropositivity and electronegativity in periodic properties. Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, these are highly electropositive elements in the long form periodic table, alkali metals. And one more important point, down the group electropositivity, what happened? Increases. Down the group, electropositivity increases. So electropositivity increases means cesium is the highest electropositive element in the long form period. So dear students, listen carefully. Potassium, rubidium, cesium exhibit photoelectric effect due to its high electropositive values. Understood? Potassium, rubidium, cesium exhibit photoelectric effect. Highly electropositive elements can exhibit photoelectric effect. What is photoelectric effect? For example, this is the highly electropositive metal surface. Highly electropositive metal surface. These are the electrons. These are the electrons. These are the electrons. Highly electropositive metal surface. When suitable frequency of radiation strike on this metal surface, some particular frequency of radiation strike on this metal surface, electrons are ejected. Electrons are ejected. For example, dear students, listen carefully. 700 Hz frequency, 700 Hz frequency radiation strike on this metal surface. This frequency is the incident frequency, nu. Incident frequency nu. 700 Hz frequency strike on this metal surface. Electrons are ejected by using 500 Hz frequency. If you want to eject that electron, 500 Hz frequency is required. Remaining 200 Hz frequency converted as kinetic energy. So listen, my dear students, what is photoelectric effect? The ejection of electron from highly electropositive metal surface when suitable frequency of radiation strike on it. Either this frequency is threshold frequency mu naught. Sir, what is the mu naught? The minimum amount of the minimum frequency required to ejection of electron from the metal surface, that is the threshold frequency. If you want to eject the electron, how much frequency is required? 500 Hz frequency is required. So if 500 Hz frequency is required, then incident frequency should be more than 500 required or equal to 500 required. Understood or not?
No, sir.
Understood, right? Minimum frequency required to
Repeat the definition.
from the metal surface, that is the threshold frequency. For example, threshold frequency 500 hai to incident frequency either 500 or above 500. Then only electrons are ejected. Then only electrons are ejected. Either, for example, incident frequency 700 Hz frequency strike on this metal surface, 500 Hz frequency utilized for the ejection of electron, remaining 200 Hz frequency converted as kinetic energy. Understood? Listen, new frequency means energy is h nu, mu naught incident. This is the h nu naught, remaining converted as kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. Understood? So this is the 700 incident frequency or incident energy otherwise. So then h nu naught कितना है 500, remaining 200 kinetic energy. Equal हो गया ना? Understanding purpose I am writing. What is threshold frequency? What is threshold frequency? What is incident frequency? Threshold mu naught is the threshold frequency. Mu is the incident frequency. H is the Planck's constant. K is the kinetic energy. Threshold frequency. What is threshold frequency? Means minimum frequency required to ejection of electron from the metal surface. That is the threshold frequency. That is the threshold frequency. Any doubt is there? Any doubt? The minimum frequency required to ejection of electron from the metal surface, that is the threshold frequency. Dear students, these conditions are very important. Nu is greater than mu naught. Then only photoelectric effect possible. Photoelectric effect is possible. Your kinetic energy definitely not equal to 0. Understood? Mu equal to nu naught. Photoelectric effect possible, but kinetic energy. Understood? 500 Hz frequency is required for the ejection of electron. Incident frequency also 500. So whatever frequency of radiation strike on this metal surface, total utilized for the ejection of electron. Then where is the kinetic energy? No kinetic energy. Understood? Samajh mein aaya? I am explaining very clearly. Nu is less than mu naught. Photoelectric effect is not possible. Because 500 Hz frequency required for the ejection of electron. You are passing only 200 or 300, then how is it possible to ejection of electron? No, then no photoelectric effect. Dear students, understood? The ejection of electron from metal surface when suitable frequency of radiation strike on it. That is the photoelectric effect. Any doubt? Nu is the incident frequency, mu naught is the threshold frequency. Threshold frequency means minimum frequency required to ejection of electron is called threshold frequency.
Sir, definition for photoelectric effect. Please repeat.
The ejection of electron. 1 minute. Huh? This one understood, na? Concept understood, na?
Yes, sir.
The ejection of
A bit.
electron from highly electropositive metal. Electropositive metal. The ejection of electron from highly electropositive metal when suitable frequency of radiation strike on it. The ejection of electron from highly electropositive metal when suitable frequency of radiation strike on it. It's called photoelectric effect. The minimum frequency required to ejection of electrons from metal surface. The minimum frequency required to ejection of electron from metal surface is called threshold frequency. Understood, dear students? These conditions are very important. Understood now?
So please repeat the condition.
Definitely. Once again, I am repeating. Listen carefully, dear students. What is photoelectric effect? The ejection of electron from metal surface. This is the metal surface, highly electropositive metal surface. Highly electropositive metal surface like potassium, rubidium, cesium. Highly electrometal surface. Some particular frequency of radiation strike on it. Some particular frequency of radiation strike on this metal surface. Electrons are ejected. That is the photoelectric effect. Understood? The ejection of electron from highly electropositive metal when suitable frequency of radiation strike on it, that is the photoelectric. Nu is the incident frequency, mu naught is the threshold frequency. Incident frequency means whatever frequency strike on the metal surface, that is the incident frequency. Mu naught means threshold frequency, the minimum frequency required to ejection of electron from the metal surface, that is the threshold frequency. Madam, understood?
Yes, sir.
Always mu, and one more thing, I told now 700 Hz frequency strike on this metal surface, 500 Hz frequency is utilized for the ejection of electron. Remaining 200 Hz frequency converted as kinetic energy. Understood? This is the 7. If you are taking 700, this is the 500 ejection of electron. Remaining 200 Hz frequency converted as kinetic energy. Understood? So 700, 500 plus 200 equal according to law of mass. According to law of conservation of mass. Any doubt is there? Nu is greater than mu naught. So nu is greater than mu naught. Definitely photoelectric effect is possible. Incident frequency is more when comparing with threshold frequency. The remaining energy, excess energy converted as kinetic energy. That's why kinetic energy not equal to 0. Understood, madam, this stuff? Okay.
Yes,
For
sir.
example, nu equal to mu naught. Whatever frequency strike on this metal surface which is utilized for the ejection of electron, then no kinetic energy. Nu is less than mu naught. Threshold frequency more, incident frequency less. More frequency required for the ejection of electron, but you are not passing that much frequency of radiation, then no photoelectric effect. समझ में आया ना?
Yes, sir.
Right. Mu naught is the threshold frequency. H mu naught is the work function. Minimum energy required to ejection of electron from the metal surface. That is the work function. Shall I rub it?
Yes, sir. Prarana, understood?
Yes, sir.
Rohini?
Yes, sir.
Okay, understood now? Karan?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Friends, listen carefully. H nu equal to H nu naught plus kinetic energy. H nu equal to H nu naught plus kinetic energy. H nu is nothing but energy. We can write in terms of energy. H nu naught is the work function. H nu naught is the work function W plus kinetic energy. This W is the work function. W equal to work function. Sir, what is the work function? Same like threshold frequency only. Work function means minimum energy required to ejection of electron from the metal surface is called work function. Work function means minimum energy is required to ejection of electron from metal surface is called work function. Minimum energy is required to ejection of electron from metal surface is called work function. समझ में आया dear students? Next. H nu equal to H nu naught plus kinetic energy, but nu equal to C by lambda, Hc by lambda naught plus kinetic energy. Then kinetic energy equal to Hc by lambda minus Hc by lambda naught. Then kinetic energy equal to Hc into 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught. Dear students, listen carefully. This is the kinetic energy. This is the incident frequency. Incident frequency is the nu. If you pass more incident frequency, more kinetic energy. Because of this one. For example, 700 Hz frequency. This is the 500, remaining 200 kinetic energy. For example, you are passing 900. This is the 500. This is the 400. But this threshold frequency is the fixed enough. Threshold frequency is the fixed 500 Hz only. Incident frequency 700 है तो kinetic energy 200. Incident frequency 900 hai to threshold frequency 400. So what I am telling, if you pass more quantity of incident frequency, more kinetic energy, some amount of energy, or there is some amount of frequency is utilized for the ejection of electron, that is the threshold frequency. So then what is my final conclusion? Incident frequency increases, kinetic energy what happened?
Increases.
Increases. So this some particular frequency is common. This is the nu naught. Nu naught is the threshold frequency. Remaining क्या है? Kinetic energy. Incident frequency increases, kinetic energy increases. This graph is important. समझ में आया ना? One of the previous year question, dear students. Kinetic energy is directly proportional to incident frequency of radiation. Ejection of electrons is directly proportional to intensity of radiation. Intensity means power transferred per unit area. Per unit area, more power transferred per unit area means more number of electrons are ejected. More power means more frequency, direct frequency intensity. Okay, no? So ejection of electron is directly proportional to intensity of radiation. Kinetic energy is directly proportional to frequency. Kinetic energy independent on intensity. Kinetic energy is independent on intensity. Intensity में kinetic energy depend नहीं होते. Kinetic energy depend only on frequency. Ejection of electrons depend on intensity. Ejection of electron depend on intensity. These 3 points are very important. समझ में आया? Kinetic energy is directly proportional to incident frequency. Ejection of electron is directly proportional to intensity. Kinetic energy independent on intensity. Dear students, लिखा ना आप?
Yes, sir.
So if you see this one, kinetic energy and intensity, this is the kinetic energy, this is the kinetic energy, this is the intensity. If you are taking kinetic energy and intensity, does not depend, parallel, constant होते हैं. Okay? समझ में आया ना? Next. Shall I repeat?
No, sir.
लिखो लिखो.
Done, sir.
Right. So dear students, actually hydrogen spectrum concept is there after photoelectric effect. But first we will discuss Bohr postulates. Bohr postulates we will discuss first. After Bohr postulates, radius of nth orbit, velocity of nth orbit, energy of nth orbit, time period, number of revolution, ionization potential. These concepts first we will. After we will discuss देन इजी हो जाना। म्यूट में रखो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, म्यूट में रखो। राइट, गायत्री म्यूट में रखो मैडम। राइट, थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
Sorry, sir.
No problem. Right. So, dear students, please listen carefully. Now, in my last class, Rutherford planetary model discuss किया ना? Rutherford planetary model. So, sir, Rutherford planetary model. This is the center of the nucleus, sir. This is the orbit. Electron revolve on its own axis at the same time revolve around the nucleus. That is the orbit, है ना? Dear students, understood? This is the center of the nucleus. Electron revolve on its own axis at the same time revolve around the nucleus, which is called orbits. And one more thing, from the Rutherford planetary model, electron revolve continuously, you know. But according to classical mechanics, any charged particle revolve continuously, loss of its energy. Loss of its energy means after some time, this electron fall down into the nucleus. This electron fall down into the nucleus means, is it stable or unstable atom? Unstable. So that is the drawback of Rutherford planetary model. My point understood, dear students? From the Rutherford planetary model, electron revolve on its own axis at the same time electron revolve around the nucleus. Whenever electron revolve around the nucleus, continuous motion, loss of its energy. According to classical mechanics, I am telling, according to classical mechanics from the physics, so the charged particle fall down into the nucleus. Charged particle is nothing but electron. Electron fall down into the nucleus means, is it stable atom? No, unstable. Means the drawback, atom is unstable according to Rutherford planetary model. But from the Bohr's model, atom is stable. Drawbacks of Rutherford atomic model overcome by using Bohr's atomic model. Sir, Bohr's में क्या दिया? Bohr's में एक important point दिया है. Okay, every point same, but small difference. Whenever the electron revolve around the nucleus in a closed circular path, so closed circular path, neither emits energy nor absorbs energy. Energy remains constant, which have fixed energies. That's why these orbits are called stationary orbits. That is the most important point. Rutherford में same दिया ना, electron revolve on its own axis at the same time electron revolve around the nucleus, which is called orbit. But इधर क्या दिया Bohr's में, electron revolve around the nucleus, okay, in a closed circular path. But neither emits energy nor absorbs energy. Energy remains constant, fixed energy. That's why these orbits are called stationary orbits. Everybody understood? That is the difference between Bohr's and Rutherford planetary model. Understood this point?
So fixed energy.
Yes, fixed energy means then there is no chance to loss of an electron, you know? Because neither emits energy nor absorbs energy, means neither lose nahi karte, absorb nahi karte, which have some fixed energy in the particular orbit. First orbit some fixed, second orbit fixed, third, fourth, fifth, up to infinite. How to calculate means we will discuss now. Energy of nth orbit, second orbit case, third orbit case. Within 10-15 minutes now we will discuss that energy calculations. समझ में आया dear students? So understood?
Yes, sir.
Atomic model. Objective examination पूरा नोट्स लिख के बैठ किया तो हमको कितना टाइम वेस्ट होता है? पढ़ाई everything you have to understand. Important point है तो 100% I will stress, आप भी थोड़ा concentrate करो. You know, first point, Bohr's atomic model. The most important point, it is based on Planck's quantum theory. It is based on Planck's quantum theory. Planck's quantum theory. It is based on Planck's quantum theory. Next. Electron revolve around the nucleus. Electron revolve around the nucleus. Electron revolve around the nucleus. During the process, neither emits energy nor absorbs energy. Electron revolve around the nucleus. Okay. Neither emits energy nor absorbs energy. Electron revolve around the nucleus, neither emits energy nor absorbs energy. Energy remains constant. Energy remains constant. Electron revolve around the nucleus, neither emits energy nor absorbs energy. Energy remains constant. Okay. Take minute, dear students. Electron revolve around the nucleus. Fixed radius. Fixed radius. Orbit. Okay. When electron revolve around the nucleus, neither emit energy nor absorb energy. Energy remains constant. These are called stationary orbits. When electron revolve around the nucleus, neither emit energy nor absorb energy. Energy remains constant. These are called stationary orbits. Which is denoted as KLMN or 1, 2, 3, etc. Okay. This is the nucleus. Like this. Right? 1, 2, 3. KLM. Like this and so on. Right now. Energy level, orbit, shell, same way. Huh? Shall I rub it?
No.
Very important here. This point important, right? Neither emits energy nor absorbs energy. Energy remains constant. These are called stationary orbits, stationary cells, stationary energy levels.
Yes, sir. Done.
And one more important, dear students. So this is the lower energy level, first, second, third. Electron jumps from lower energy level to higher energy level. Energy is absorbed, required energy. Electron jumps from higher energy level to lower energy level. Energy is released. That point, please write down. Energy is absorbed when an electron jumps from lower energy level to higher energy level. Energy is absorbed energy is absorbed when an electron jumps from lower energy level to higher energy level. Energy is absorbed when an electron jumps from lower energy level to higher energy level. Energy is released energy is released when an electron jumps from higher energy level to lower energy level. Understood? E1 minus E2 energy, and what next? Either emits energy or absorbs energy, takes in the form of what? Takes in the form of quanta. Important this point. Energy is absorbed when an electron jumps from lower energy level to higher energy level. Energy is released when an electron jumps from higher energy level to lower energy level. Either emits energy or absorbs energy, takes in the form of quantum. Means E1 minus E2, lower energy level to higher energy level. E2 minus E1, higher energy level to lower energy level. In the form of quantum means Hν. Quantum means Hν है ना? E1 equal to lower energy level. E2 equal to higher energy level. H equal to Planck's constant. Nu equal to frequency. Understood, dear students? Right. Any doubt? Next point. Dear students, please write down next point. This is the nucleus, dear students. This is from center of the nucleus to some distance, radius r. Electron moving with some velocity v, mass m. So electron revolve around the nucleus some particular distance and particular velocity and mass already fixed. So that time revolving electron having angular momentum. That's why simply I am writing. Electron revolve in the orbits whose angular momentum, write down, electron revolve in the orbit, revolves in the orbit, whose angular momentum mvr equal to n into h by 2 pi, integral multiply of h by 2 pi, simply called as. This is the angular momentum, orbit angular momentum, simply called as orbit angular momentum. Orbit angular momentum of an electron, orbit angular momentum mvr, n into h by 2 pi. N means orbit number. First orbit h by 2 pi, second orbit 2 into h by 2 pi, third orbit 3 into h by 2 pi. समझ में आया ना? Very important है. Orbit angular momentum formula n into h by 2 pi. But in objective examination, sometimes h by 2 pi can written as h cap. H by 2 pi can written as h cap. Orbit angular momentum of fourth orbit 4 h cap. 4 into h by 2 pi. H by 2 pi is the h cap. 4 h cap is the answer. Any doubt? M equal to mass of electron, V equal to velocity of electron, V equal to velocity of electron, R equal to radius of orbit, R equal to radius of orbit, H equal to Planck's constant, N value 1, 2, 3, 4 up to so on infinite. Understood? Orbit angular momentum of an electron, mvr equal to nh by 2 pi. H by 2 pi can be written as h cap. M is mass of electron, velocity of electron, radius of orbit, h is the Planck's constant. N value 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Any doubt? Dear students, completed?
Yes, sir.
If you have any doubt, no problem, ask me. Isha, understood? Isha? Isha, understood?
Not
Next. Radius of nth orbit, energy of nth orbit derivation is important, dear students. Objective purpose. How we have to apply objective purpose, we will discuss. Radius of nth orbit. Radius of nth orbit. Radius of nth orbit. Dear students, listen carefully. You know very well radius. This is the center of the nucleus. This is the center of the nucleus. This is the orbit. Like first orbit, second orbit, like an orbit, we can write. This is the center of the nucleus. Okay. This is the center of the nucleus. Okay, this is the center of the nucleus. The distance between from the center of the nucleus to orbit, outermost orbit, which is called atomic size or atomic radius. समझ में आया ना? So if you see this one, Center of the nucleus, both protons and neutrons. Proton charge is positive. That's why I am taking plus Z. Electron charge is minus C. This distance is R. Dear students, this point is very, very important. Two charges are there, plus Q, minus Q, distance R, then force of attraction formula F equal to Q1 Q2 by R square. Understood? F equal to Q1 Q2 by R square. This is the plus ZE. Electron charge is minus C. Any doubt is there? Then force of attraction. This force of attraction formula. This force, and one more thing, this force is towards to the nucleus. Then this force is centripetal force. F equal to centripetal force equal to formula क्या है? Plus ZE minus C R square means minus ZE square by R square. Any doubt, dear students? This step understood?
Yes, sir.
Towards plus ZE minus C. F formula this one, right? F equal to Q1 Q2 by R square. Q1 plus ZE Q2 minus C upon R square minus ZE square by R square. F centripetal equal to minus ZE square by R square. That is towards to the nucleus. And one more important, dear students, whenever the electron revolve around the nucleus, one force towards to the nucleus, another force away from the nucleus. Towards to the nucleus centripetal, away from the nucleus centrifugal force. Centrifugal force equal to mv square by r, but opposite direction minus. Understood, dear students? Understood this one? One force is towards to the nucleus centripetal, one force is away from the nucleus centrifugal force. Whenever the electron revolve around the nucleus, both forces are equal. Then only atom stable. Then what is the formula? This is the equation 1 and equation 2. That's why F centripetal, which is equal to F centrifugal, then minus ZE square by R square, which is equal to minus mv square by R. R cancel, minus cancel, R cancel, minus cancel, then V square का formula क्या होते हैं? ZE square by MR, then V square equal to ZE square by MR. This is the equation 3. Dear student, any doubt is there? Any doubt, madam?
Sir, repeat again.
This step understood? Centripetal force understood? Centrifugal force understood?
Yes, sir.
Centripetal is towards to the nucleus, centrifugal is away from the nucleus. Both forces are equal.
Okay.
Centripetal equal to centrifugal force. Minus ZE square by R square equal to minus mv square by R. R cancel, minus cancel. Then V square, M comes in this side. Yeah. V square equal to ZE square by MR. Any doubt?
So that is MR.
MR square ना sir, so 1R.
MR madam. अच्छा MV नहीं MR है.
हाँ.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Right. Any doubt? Next, we know orbit angular momentum. Orbit angular momentum formula. MVR equal to NH by 2 pi. Dear students, now only discuss किया ना orbit angular momentum. MVR equal to NH by 2 pi. Then V equal to NH by 2 pi MR. Squaring on both sides, V square equal to N square H square upon 4 pi square M square R square. Any doubt? Dear students, understood now? Both are V squares. Any doubt? Everybody understood? Srishti, Sritika understood? Vaishnavi? Vaishnavi More, Vaishnavi Jadhav understood? Okay, right. So both are V squares. Both are equal. That's why from 3 and 4, both are equal. That's why Z is square by MR, which is equal to Z is square by MR, which is equal to N square H square by N square H square by 4 pi square M square R square. Z is square by MR equal to N square H square by 4 pi square M square R square. MR cancel. Then R equal to N square H square by 4 pi square. Understood, right? Either M cancel, R cancel. Z e square comes in this set. 4 pi square M Z e square. This is the radius of nth orbit formula. Dear students, any doubt?
No, sir.
Shall I repeat this one? Starting. The radius of nth orbit equal to N square into H square by 4 pi square MZ e square. Okay. H constant, pi constant, M constant, E constant, Z not constant, E constant, because Z atomic number, N is orbit number. You know this one. N orbit number, Z atomic number, H Planck's constant, pi value, M mass of electron, E charge of electron. If you substitute all values, then radius of nth orbit equal to 0.8 meter. This one, H square by 4 pi square M E square into N square by Z angstrom unit. Then radius of nth orbit equal to 0.529 into N square by Z angstrom unit. Radius of nth orbit equal to 0.529 into N square by Z angstrom unit. Okay. N equal to orbit number, Z equal to atomic number. N equal to orbit number, Z equal to atomic number. Any doubt, dear students? Radius of second orbit in hydrogen atom. Radius of second orbit in hydrogen atom means, tell me, second orbit means N value 2, hydrogen atom means Z1. Radius of second orbit, second orbit in hydrogen atom. In hydrogen atom, second orbit means n value to z value is 1. Then radius of nth orbit equal to 0.529 into n square by z. N square by z. N square by z. 0.529 into n value 2. 2 square. Z value 1. 0.529 into 4. 4 9 is 36, 3. 4 2 is 8. 8 plus 3, 11, 1. 4 5 is 20, 21. 2.116 angstrom unit. Understood? Understood, dear students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sritika, understood? Shruti, understood?
Yes, sir.
Next, energy of nth orbit. Please write down, dear students. Energy of nth orbit. Energy of nth orbit. Okay. Dear students, so direct I am writing. We are doing object. Potential energy equal to minus Z square by R. Kinetic energy equal to Z square by R. Understood? Please remember this one. Potential energy equal to minus Z square by R. Kinetic energy equal to Z square by 2R. Total energy equal to sum of potential energy and kinetic energy. Potential energy plus kinetic energy. Potential energy minus Z square by R. Kinetic energy Z square by 2R. Okay, Z square by R common, minus 1 plus 1 by 2. Then minus Z square by R equal to minus 1 by 2. Then minus Z square by 2R. Total energy equal to minus Z square by 2R. This is the potential energy. This is the kinetic energy. Write down. Understood, dear students? Any doubt? They just understood?
Wait, sir.
Okay, come on. I'm not roughing. Okay, I'm not roughing. Azam, understood?
Done, sir.
You understood? Okay, great. Dear students, total energy minus Z square by 2R. Total energy equal to minus Z square by 2R. R means N square H square by 4 pi square mz E square. Okay, na? Total energy means this is the energy of nth arbitrary. This one total energy minus Z square by 2R. Total energy means energy of nth orbit minus Z square by 2R. R value, radius of nth orbit equal to N square H square by 4 pi square mz E square. 4 pi square mz E square. I am substituting this equation. Then 2 1 the 2 2 the cancel. which is go to the numerator, then energy of nth orbit equal to minus 2 pi square mz square e power of 4 upon n square h square. Energy of nth orbit minus z square by r. R means n square h square 4 pi square mz e square. Any doubt? समझ में आया? 2 cancelled है, 2 pi square mz e square, which is go to the numerator, then 2 pi square mz z square e power of 4 upon n square. Understood? Or otherwise shall I write one more step?
Yes, sir.
Understood now? Okay. Energy of nth orbit minus 2 pi square mz square e power of 4 upon n square h. Means if you substitute these all values, minus 2 pi square m e power of 4 upon h square into z square upon n square. If you substitute these all values, minus 2 pi square m e power of 4 h square into z square by n square. If you substitute these all values, minus 2.18 into 10 power of minus 18. 10 power of minus 18 into z square by n square joule per atom. Okay, write down.
So that is z square by n. So what is that n raised to?
Power 2, madam. Z square by n square. Okay, now?
Okay, sir.
After that conversions, you know, 1 joule equal to how many x? 10 power of 7, you know? So 10 power of 7 substitute किया तो क्या हो जाएगा this one? Minus 2.188 into 10 power of minus 11 into z square by n square arc per atom. You can write conversions. These all are conversions, which is very useful in the problematic. Okay?
No, sir.
Energy of nth orbit equal to minus 13.6 into z square by n square electron volt per atom.
Done, sir.
Energy of nth orbit formula minus 1312 minus 1312 into z square by n square kilojoule per mole. Energy of nth orbit minus 313.6 into z square by n square kilocalorie per mole. Like a all formulas. Shall I rub it? Dear students, everybody completed?
Yes, sir.
Calculate the energy of second orbit in hydrogen atom in electron volt. Calculate the energy of second orbit in hydrogen atom. Hydrogen atom. Calculate the energy of second orbit in hydrogen atom. Okay. N is 2. Calculate the energy of second orbit in hydrogen atom. N is 2. Z is 1. Calculate करो dear students कितना आते? Then energy of second orbit minus 13.6 into Z.
3.4.
Minus 3.4 electron volt per hour. Understood, dear students? N is orbit number, Z is atomic number. Any doubt?
No.
Dear students, theory चालू करो, पढ़ाई करो. Okay? Let me stop.